It is January 7th, and we just launched this grouped sequence feature here. And to be honest, I think it's going to make this normal sequence page go away because I really like it. But the basic idea is we have a bunch of sequences entered into the database, and this page counts them up. So if the sequence type, starting position, and any position match, it reflects the count here. And you can see we have a lot of position entries from, open guard to a different variation of open guard, some guard retentions from open guard to open guard. You have different ways of, position entry from turtle to back. So if you're interested in understanding how to get from turtle to back, or in seeing some sequences of people taking the back from turtle, you can dive into that here and see the given sequences. And if this button is gray, it'll take you to this page, but there's not a training resource associated with it. But if the button is green, you know that there's going to be some training resources associated with that sequence. So that's the basic idea, right? And I thought maybe a good way to kind of show you how to use this tool is to explain how I made my recent guard passing video to north-south. So this tool is supposed to be used in combination with this labeling guide. So for example, if we look at this labeling guide, you can see that there's positions, right? There's like the major positions. And north-south here is one of those major positions that has upper body and lower body variations associated with it. But north-south, the position is when you've like solidified the guard pass in your chest to chest in north-south. But there's also a variation of open guard. So, but basically what this means is that the top person is just like standing and like at the shoulder line in north-south, but they haven't solidified the pin. So the first thing I was kind of interested in when making that video is how are people getting to this angle, right? How are people achieving that angle before solidifying the pin? So what we can do here is we can say what we're interested in is that variation, right? Being north, south, how do we get to that angle? And you can see we have quite a few people retaining guard from that north-south angle, but we have quite a few position entries from open guard to open guard, right? And we can even change this. So we're not really interested in the guard retentions, right? We're just really interested in the position entries. So we could say here, we want to see position entries. We could see that most people are getting there from open guard. Some people are getting there from cross hamstring, some half guard ways. So basically, let's hop into this first one here. And basically this ending position should all have north-south in it, for the most part at least. So what we can do is we have these drop-down menus now, so we can confirm that or just like, do it just to highlight it, being north-south. You can also filter by player and see how John Carlo gets to north-south kind of thing. Or if you're just interested, say like, I just really want to figure out how to pass a supine opponent and get to north-south, you can filter by supine. And this kind of reflects the starting position, and this reflects the ending position, and these movements reflect how they got there, right? So it was a supine versus standing situation. There was some loose passing, and they ended up in north-south against a supine opponent that has a knee-elbow connection, right? X pass. Some duck unders. This person tried a high leg. There was a knee cut, right? And this knee cut has a resource associated with it. So you can just see different ways people are getting into north-south, right? And then if we were interested in, how do people get from half guard to north-south, you can see weave. You can see this person had a high knee shield. This person had a weave. And you just see different ways people are getting to that position. But it's clear that the most popular way of getting there is just through open guard, like standing versus supine kind of situation, and then creating that angle. So now maybe we're interested in seeing how they're solidifying that guard pass from north-south, right? So now we don't want the variation to be north-south. We could say guard pass, ending position, north-south. So now you can see that there's quite a few, open guard to north-south, which means they've probably created an angle. And so if we go here, say we've already created that angle, right? We're standing in north-south. How do we solidify the pass? And you can see, just different ways people are solidifying that pass from north-south. Or like another way to go about this would be, say, guard pass, and you want that variation to be north-south. So you can see all of these open guard situations. This starting position should be north-south because you're starting in that open guard north-south situation, and then you're completing the guard pass to north-south. So you can, I just think it's really cool. And you can see the ones that didn't quite end up in north-south, but the bottom person probably turned away or turned into them, that resulted in front headlock or turtle or side control, whatever. But the starting position was from that north-south angle of open guard, and you can see how people are finishing the pass from there. And you can filter by different movements as well. So if you're interested in like high step passing, you can see like, oh yeah, people are high stepping from cross hamstring and ending in open guard, right? Click here, dive into it. They should all have the high steps and then resources associated with them if those are available. And these movements are going to be on the labeling guide under movements, right? So that's the basic idea, is you could filter by whatever you want, and it displays like the most common routes from that position. But just be careful, because like if we go here, I imagine we're going to get like a lot of not necessarily complaints, but like confusion. You can see I have straight hamstring listed here, right? And De La Riva is typed in as DLR, and it's a lower body variation of straight hamstring, right? You could have De La Riva, or you could have De La Riva long hook. So if we go back here and we're trying to type in, I want to start in De La Riva, you're going to get nothing, right? And if we type in variation De La Riva, you're not going to get anything. But if we type in DLR, you're going to see all the sequences that have DLR in it. So if we click here, you can see these are reverse De La Riva sequences. So you could probably figure that out because these are cross hamstring, right? And if we're interested, we could even go here and go like straight. Yeah. So now we have straight hamstring. So how do we get from De La Riva to a Rumiashi? Boom. You got De La Riva, and then you punch in a long hook, Berimbolo, and then end up in a Rumiashi, right? So basically all I'm saying is try to look at this labeling guide and figure out the term to search for, right? Is going to be I think the biggest hurdle right now. And we're still trying to think of a good way to kind of help the user experience in solving this problem. So definitely not the final product here, but I imagine that's going to be the biggest hurdle in this is figuring out the terms to search. But if you're looking for a term on the labeling guide and you're having trouble, like something that's being talked about right now in the Discord is the Cummings trap. So maybe we Control F, we're trying to find Cummings trap and it's not coming up, right? And to me, I think this should be a variation of cross-ashi, right? And probably a lower variation. And again, we're not seeing the Cummings trap there. So what we can do is we can go back and type in this or click on this feedback form, and we can suggest a term, and we can go Cummings trap and then submit suggestion, right? And then give us a few days and we'll add Cummings trap to the database as a term, and then you can enter that moving forward. A gentleman in the Discord was asking about body lock guard passing. So if we're interested in body lock guard passing, I think like for the most part, that probably means you're trying to pass some sort of butterfly guard, or they have like one hook from butterfly guard. So it look like this, right? You have that one hook in butterfly guard. So I imagine you're trying to pass some sort of that type of situation, right? So what we can do is for variation, right, we can type in, you can see the variation of open guard is body lock, right? So if we type in body lock, you can see the different types of positions that have body locks in them. A lot of them are standing. You can see takedowns, body lock takedowns, and things like this. But we're interested probably in the ones that are starting in open guard, right? And you can see there's 9 sequences that started in open guard and ended in half guard. And if I were to guess, I would say that you probably use a body lock to force half guard, right? So if we hop in here, you can see the grip body lock probably is going to happen in this starting sequence, and it might even happen in the ending sequence too, right? You finish the pass with the body lock. So what we can say is what we're interested in is passing a butterfly guard, right? We want to see butterfly guard, and all of these have body locks in them, and then probably just, step over the knee kind of thing. This person uses a Kosoto hook. This person tried a knee lever to defend the body lock, So basically, yeah, this is the way it works. The movements for one player are going to be on top, and the movements for the other are going to be on bottom. And kind of the starting position for one player is going to be on top, and then the starting position for the other player is going to be on bottom. So you can see like this person, the top player has, not necessarily the top player, but in this case, this top player has the body lock and is kneeling, and then the other player has butterfly guard and is supine. And then kind of same thing here, body lock, kneeling, bottom player has an overhook, supine, butterfly guard, right? And maybe you want to see just the, body lock passes that end in chest, half guard, and most of them did. So you're like, okay, now I need to figure out how to complete the guard pass once I get to chest, half guard, right? So maybe we go back here to this labeling guide, we go half guard, there we go, and we see it's just labeled chest, half guard. So maybe here we just go chest to chest. Starting position would be half guard. Here are the position entries, but we kind of want to see the guard passes, right? So we could see majority of the time when you're finishing the guard pass from chest, half guard, you're going directly to mount. And then you can go to like side control is second on the list, and then north south is last. And again, you go here, and maybe you want to see, people using butterfly hooks from the top player's perspective to help, free their knee. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever you want to look into, it's your call. But I really, really think this page is pretty cool. And once we get more counts, more sequences, more people entering data, I think it's going to reveal some pretty cool insights. And hope you guys like it.